everybody, what is up? There's a lot going on in the K-pop world right now. I didn't really want to make this video because I mostly focus on the musical aspects of things, but there was just such a knee-jerk and negative reaction about all this stuff with Jessica being out of Girls' Generation that I just felt like I should make this video. Trust me, I'm one of the biggest Girls' Generation fans that you can find anywhere, but I just felt like I should make this video, get my point of view out there, and even if you don't agree with me at the end of this, that's fine. But hopefully you'll just look at the situation maybe in a little bit different light, and maybe you can see where I'm coming from. So basically what's going on is that Jessica has been pushed out of Girls' Generation, and for some reason a lot of people are jumping on the We Hate SM bandwagon, as if this is all SM's fault somehow, and completely freaking out about it, despite of what Jessica said in her own words. And this has been going on for a very long time. There are a lot of people who love SM's artists and love everything they do as a company, but just have an irrational hatred for the company itself, and I don't understand it. I don't know why. No one has really explained it to me. Now, I will say this. I think Jessica was being very honest in her post. She seemed very sincere. She seemed very hurt about what happened, and I'm going to believe her. I'm not going to assume that Jessica is a liar, and if you read Jessica's actual posts and the actual press releases from SM Entertainment, they basically agree with each other. They confirm each other's stories, except for the one point of contention that she claims she was putting all of her time and energy into Girls' Generation, and SM and the other members apparently thought that she wasn't. That's really the only point of contention between the two parties involved. There aren't really conflicting stories, and like I said, the only one thing that they disagree on is that Jessica believes that she was able to handle her own personal business and still be 100% invested in Girls' Generation, and the other members did not feel that way. So after reading Jessica's personal statement and the statement from SM Entertainment, I got on YouTube just to see how other people were taking this, and I was really shocked at how people seem to be interpreting this. Check out some of these videos.
Now, it said something about how there was a meeting with the 8 other members, and it was decided that she would be told to leave the group. It didn't say that the members decided it. It said that it was decided that Jessica was going to be told to leave the group. And I don't believe that the other members would ever have anything against Jessica or anything that, you know, would force Jessica out of the group. I would never think that ever.
Actually, Jessica did say in her own words that the members herself were the ones that initiated kicking her out of the group. She was even able to meet with high-level SM Entertainment executives, and they were trying to support her through the process and give her as much leeway as possible, and they even renewed her contract very recently.
And I already know how horrible SM is with its company-wise activities and all the stuff it does. So I know it's SM, and it's just so heartbreaking because, you know, this stuff has happened before, but never with, you know, my favorite group, which is SNSD.
So in other words, you're claiming that it's SM when Jessica herself indicated the exact opposite. So are we to assume that Jessica is a liar? I'm personally not comfortable with calling out either Jessica or SM Entertainment as being liars when I don't know them personally, and as far as I know, none of us have any inside information indicating one way or the other, but we do have a direct written statement coming from Jessica herself who is indicating that SM was not only open and transparent with her, but supported her all the way through the process until the members initiated a vote to get her out of the group, and then SM Entertainment allowed the members to make a huge game-changing decision about the group's future.
Just show your disapproval and protest of SM, because now they forced Jessica out of the group. It's so, they've crossed the line so many times, and now for me it's personal because I love Sonushide so much and I love Jessica, and now they're just destroying it.
Oh no! There's always worse when it comes to SM. I mean, really, how is it possible to screw up 3 groups in 1 year? What? So congratulations, SM Entertainment. You have just made it to the Guinness World Records section of We Hate Your Guts.
You know, with all the jokes that have been cracking on Twitter and all the messiness that SM Entertainment has just been brought this entire year right now, the is at an all-time high, and I don't know what else to say. It's just going downhill for SM.
SM right now is like this damn drunk brah, like a drunk brother. What's going on? What are you even doing, brah? Like for real, SM. I don't know. It's like SM. Do you know? I mean, you know what you're doing, but do you really know what you're doing? Like you. And as someone says over here, SM is bullshit. Not the members, only the staffing company. It's like if SM knows that, like, they're gonna be taking the heat. Like, I think they do know that they're gonna make these decisions and know that all this is just gonna go on them, I guess.
So if you're calling out SM Entertainment angrily right now because you would have liked them to handle this situation differently, what are you really calling for? Are you calling for them to control their artists? To not let their artists have personal interests and personal ventures? To not support the artists for the sole purpose of just locking them down and keeping them in groups, maybe if they don't even want to be in that group? That sounds exactly to me like what everyone usually accuses SM of doing. So you can't really have it both ways. Either you want them to treat their artists well, let them have their own personal ventures, have an input in the creative process, or you don't. So which is it? I think SM is being put into a lose-lose situation in the eyes of a lot of their fans and viewers, especially on YouTube, and I don't think it's really a fair thing. If you actually read Jessica's statement, she says herself that SM Entertainment gave her full support for this very, very involved business. It takes a lot of time and effort to open your own business. It is a startup. It also takes an insane amount of time and effort to be in a group like Girls' Generation. And despite knowing that, SM recently re-signed her, and by Jessica's account, they supported her all the way up until the point when the rest of the members had an issue. And then SM Entertainment supported the rest of the members in their decision to push Jessica out of the group, because it's pretty clear that they felt she wasn't giving 100% to the group anymore, and she was either too preoccupied or lost interest or whatever due to her new fashion line. So I would ask you, what more would you like an entertainment company to do? They didn't fire her when they found out she wanted to make her own fashion line, and she may be busy a lot of the time. By her account, they were clear and approachable, and she was able to meet with the CEO without getting bogged down in middle management. And then, instead of forcing the group to stay together, which, trust me, would be more profitable for SM, they allowed the group themselves to make this tough decision that's going to affect all of their lives, and then they went with it. I'll ask again, what more would you like an entertainment company to do? Because people crying foul right now about SM's mishandling of this situation are basically advocating that SM should have A, forced Jessica to not have her own business for 3 years, which is ridiculous, and they did not do that. 2, they want to ignore the feelings of all other 8 members in Girls' Generation. 3, they want SM to have minute control over all of their artists' activities and basically force them to stay together in groups whether they want to or lose interest or what. And number 4, apparently they're calling for SM to remove any creative input that their groups have about their own futures and just control everything and keep it exactly together like they want it. That sounds an awful lot like the big evil company that everyone makes SM out to be most of the rest of the time. Now you might be asking yourself, if you don't blame SM, how do you feel about this? And as a giant Girls' Generation fan, yeah, I'm upset at the thought of the group coming apart or them not making music or members leaving. All those types of things are very upsetting because I'm a huge fan, but at the same time, I can totally understand how this happened. Now, I'm not going to choose to assume that SM is evil in this situation, and I also refuse to assume that Jessica's being dishonest or has anything but the best intentions. But the fact of the matter is, a new startup company takes a lot of your life, a lot of your time, a lot of your energy. You know, maybe she's really passionate about that. She still loves Girls' Generation. I believe that. But to the other members, it's a huge burden if someone isn't 100% committed. And if her mind was somewhere else, even if she still wanted to do both, there may just not have been that many hours in the day. So I'm sure this is a tough decision for the other members. I'm sure it's very upsetting for Jessica, but I can absolutely see how it would be a huge burden for them if she's not there, her mind's not in it, her heart's not in it. And it's looking like they were forced to make this tough decision about her just because she was so wrapped up in her new fashion line that she's excited about. And that's totally okay and totally understandable, and I wish her the best of success. But I will say this, if you're a son and you're angry and you just want to blame someone, you have to blame the members of Girls' Generation and Jessica herself. This was brought on by actions of both Jessica and the other members of Girls' Generation. Jessica's statement has confirmed that, and as hard as it may be to accept that, try to look at the situation as a whole, really read what Jessica herself said. You know, don't try to read all these rumor and insider reports, you know, of anonymous sources. Read what Jessica wrote, read what SM wrote, and hopefully you guys can see where I'm coming from. Okay guys, that's just something I really wanted to get off my chest. You don't have to agree with me. Feel free to leave comments if you don't agree with me and explain to me why that is. I'll try to respond to all those, and we got a whole bunch more new videos coming at you guys soon, so Like, comment, subscribe, please. That helps us a lot. Share our videos all over the place. It really helps us out. And I'll see you guys next time.